Well, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a cheeky welcome back here to the SCL. Polygon taking on Bax Esports, a game. Pardon me, where Polygon still looking for their first win here in the SCL. They've gone 0-2 so far, and with smokes like that from Bax Esports, it should be an easy win for Polygon. No, it's all jokes. It's all jokes. We are going to slowly take a look at Axis being able to find that opening pick. JiJieHao just going straight down. Fire will be able to find himself a frag. Slazer to be able to get one back. Now it's going to be a big fight over towards his Diggity side. With Rexy and Axis able to find one apiece, it is just going to be Slayer. Left by himself, left alone here in the 1v4. And with a lot of work to do. You'd assume the USPS would try to get a bit of a cheeky frag. Lovecus will be swung upon, and Slayer is able to find himself that frag. No kit in play. However, looking to just try and do some economical damage. Doesn't want the armor to be saved over here. Bax Esports responding in kind. Danis to show a little bit of presence here. We are going to see Slayers are eventually hitting the deck. Now, we are going to see Bax able to pick themselves up the pistol here. A very much expected outcome for the way this Bax Esports side has been playing, especially over on Nuke. Now, especially now, we're seeing Polygon going straight towards the Deagles and the Scout coming through here for this CT side. Almost looks as if we are going to see Mikas finding himself an opening frag. Especially with Mikas finding himself a second there with that Scout. We are going to start to slowly take a look at Mikas yet again here with that Scout. Finding himself that opening pick. Rexy finding one back. Now, the utility coming down onto Danis, down to 13 points of health. Danis has a big hold that he needs to have here. We are going to see Rexy finding himself one. Mikas with that Scout coming through, finding himself three. LEVADIA with the Deagle. AKs to be recovered here, and a really strong retake coming in from the CT side as Polygon find themselves a first. Now with Polygon picking themselves up the second here. Now we're going to see Slayer finding himself the opening pick. Parley as well, holding with that AK-47. The utility coming down should separate the T's coming through. I'm going to see Mikas finding himself a frag here. Roofire hitting the deck. And it's just going to be Lovecus Rexy. Now with the pistols in hand. Having themselves the armor as well. They're going to look to try and keep that here in the server. We're going to see that spray down from Parley, able to find love because it's just going to be Rexy by himself here. LEVADIA holding that boost, will be able to find himself that frag as well. Polygon picking themselves up a second here on the CT side, and now it's looking to be a really good start. see. Big task coming through from this T side. Parley finding himself a frag. Potential for second here. Danis trying to deal with that issue, but Rexy, the only person to find a frag so far, eventually falling. Midka's finding the frag on a Rexy, Assassin's Creed style. Now the timeout coming through here for Bax Esports. Now we're going to start to see Polygon coming back here, picking themselves up 3. Now, more importantly, seeing... Now it's going to look to be a fairly strong issue through the secret area of the map. Lovkas to try and find a few points of damage. Now we're going to see Lovkas finding himself a frag. Now the 5v4 situation, the bomb should go down here on this B site. He's going to be able to find Rexy. The fact we've seen Midkas find himself a frag as well. Rootfire going down. Now the retake on this B side looking fairly promising here. With the 4-man ramp retake coming through. You love to see it. Smoke's going down through control room. It's just going to leave Danis isolated here in the site. Molotov's going down into that darkest area. We are going to see Slayers find himself a frag. Knows the second's control room. However, more focused on the player sitting around. Slayers will go down to the bomb. We are going to see Axis end up staying up. Couldn't remember his name, but oh well. Yeah, with the 3-2 scoreline. Now with Utility ringing out over the top here through the outside control. He's going to be down to Bax Esports here to try and isolate the frags. Parley eventually finds himself a frag. A trade to come through. Danis dropping the poor man. A huge gap in that smoke. And now we're going to see LSKJ try to find even the slightest bit of damage. He's actually going to pick himself up a frag before going down. Now the 3v3 here in the server. Looks to continue to be a challenge. Now with a 3-2 scoreline coming through. Bax Esports almost relying on more of an aggressive push coming through. We're going to see Midkas finding himself a frag. Now with Rootfire finding himself a frag as well. It's just going to be Midkas now. Stuck in the 1v2. Finds himself the first. Rootfire going down. That's the bomb as well. And now Midkas here in this 1v1 situation. Holding the line, and Rexy should go down. And will. Midkas finds himself the frag. It's going to be 4 picked up here. Midkas finding himself 2 in the 1v2 situation and close out the round. Polygon pick themselves up 4 here. A really good start coming in through here for Bax Esports. Finding themselves 2 of the first 6, especially on their T side of Nuke. Well, it doesn't sound too impressive. It's definitely a lot more of a winnable situation here for Bax Esports. They're able to pick up a few rounds. Now, especially Mika's holding down the rotation to Hell coming through. It is going to be this B-side push coming in. Elnu will find himself a frag. His second of the round. Parley to get himself one back, but now especially seeing Polygon now trying to deal with this B-side push coming in. Parley finding himself yet another. Should be Axis the last man standing, and it will be Axis the last man to fall. Now we're going to see the tactical timeout being called here. Bax Esports, they're first in the first 10 rounds. Often not a good sign. You know, often it looks like there's a little bit more of a interesting push coming in. Now especially seeing the 5-2 scoreline here, the game getting underway once again. Now with Mikas finding himself. We're going to see a little bit more of a cheeky hold coming through around this ramp room. A little more of a aggressive hold coming up in. Now Bax Esports needing to try and work their way around lobby. We are going to see Elnu pushing through. That's going to be Rufire needing that challenge going down. That's the bomb as well. That's a huge costly frag to give up there. We are going to see Parley Oleski J able to shut down the 8-take coming through. It's just Rexy by himself in the 1v5. Spotted as he tries to vacate out of the A side, out of lobby. It looks like the hunt is on here. Hunt is on here. Rexy going down after time, and well, with only $100 left in the bank account, definitely not going to be a pretty round for Rexy. We're going to start to see the pistols having a little bit of a cheeky hit around the ramp room area of the map. Molotov going down, however, we're still going to see Axis take that fight on. Now with Lovkas trying to push away. It's going to be a Lesky J, especially in that locker room area of the map. Gonna find that frag and will. Rootfire should be able to get himself an easy kill. Lufka's holding the line, able to find Parley. Now, the 3v3 on the retake coming through here. Rexy to drop down. Going to see Lesky J able to find Lovekiss. It's going to be Rootfire stuck here in the 1v3 situation. Midkiss to go for that defusal, and he should get it. It will be gotten towards his Polygon side, picking themselves up 7 here. Now, especially with Polygon picking up 7 here, another timeout to be called by Bax Esports. You'd imagine that Polygon would be looking towards that 10 mark. Now, especially with Bax Esports finally coming through here yet again. The full rifle bite to come out. Polygon have done so well to be combative against it. Especially we are going to see Lesky J eventually falling. Rootfire finding that frag. Quiver Slayer's holding strong here. Now especially it's going to be more of a impressive sort of hit over towards his B side coming through. Elnu has himself a little bit of a gap here in that smoke, and if Axis gets caught out here, and he will. Going down, Elnu to find himself a frag. Now through fire, Lovekiss stuck here in the 2v4 situation. Imaginate to be picked up by Polygon, especially with Parley finding a frag like that. Rootfire eventually able to find Slayers. Now it's going to be the 1v3 situation with Rootfire. With the bomb on his back, he will recover it. Now it looks as if the A site is going to be where he tries to get the plant down, but Parley very, very quick in stopping that from happening. And another pause coming through here for Polygon. An 8-2 scoreline. It looks to be back-to-back tacks here. Maybe potentially a technical issue. But Polygon looking to take double timeouts coming through here. Now we're going to start to see Parley here on this outside control. That nade will do a little bit of damage over towards Danis, the AWP. Tagged up a little bit. Now we're going to see Danis find himself a frag. The outside control coming through. Rexy to find the frag onto Parley. Elnu finding himself a big frag. Eventually that spray coming in through the double doors. The fact that we're seeing the bomb on Rexy as well, who's just gotten into secret. Even though the B side belongs to Pax Esports, the bomb is still stuck in a bit of a sticky situation here at the moment. Now as we start to see Elnu and LEVADIA almost going toe to toe. We're trying to see who can help the other succeed. LEVADIA is actually going to be taking a little bit of a back seat here. Won't be spotted, but will be able to find himself a frag. Never mind, Danis actually the one to do it. The bomb won't be planted though. Pax Esports coming in with very limited money here. Polygon will get a full buy here. I'm going to see Parley finding the frag on a Danis here to open up. Now we're going to start to see Pax Esports pushing through here. That smoke from Roofire, a little bit of movement to help out. See Axis finding himself an opening pick. We're going to see Mikas go down. But now the 4v4 situation almost looking as if they want the rotation over towards the A hit. Where Slayers, LEVADIA ready to try and deal with this hold. Especially with Rexy in lobby at the moment. Now we're going to see Lovkas find the trade on Elnu. That bomb going down. It's just going to be Parley stuck here in the 1v3 to try and get the retake going. The question is it going to happen? Is it going to help? Now especially Parley just trying to keep himself alive here. Especially now Polygon picking themselves up 8 here. Definitely looking towards that 10. They're going to want to try at least get 2 of these final 3 rounds. We're seeing Back C Sports come in here. A pretty crucial round. Gonna start to see a little bit more of the outside push coming through. Start to see this 4v4 situation. There looks to be a big need for Elnu to hold here. Finding a heavy tag. Parley looks to be next up on the agenda to try and hold through here. Try and hold firm. Roofire quite low. Does have the bomb on his back. Now, Parley not being able to find any damage. It's brutal. See Rexy find himself one. Vickers to find himself one back. No time here for the plant. Surely not. There is barely. Elnu now in the 1v2. Both these players low. Should be in a position where Elnu with a pretty good lineup here could do some real damage. We are going to see Rexy spotted, eventually falling. As he does go down. Roofire to be now in the 1v1 situation. Quite low. Elnu hasn't been tagged up as of yet, but we are going to see Roofire find that frag. Now an 8-5 scoreline here. As we start to see Back C Sports. Dennis holding a little bit of this ramp control with the AWP utility to come out. Mitkus here able to find himself at least the opening with the Deagle going down from the trade. The pistols in this one. Try and have their own isolated frags. Oleski J finding access here. Roofire to find that trade. Oleski J eventually going down. It is going to be the Deagle here of Slayers trying to find the frag, and Will Roofire falling. It's going to be the pistol of Elnu trying to find frags. However, still only 2 living here for Back C Sports. That's a really good round. Now with an 8-6 scoreline. We're going to start to see Back C Sports coming in towards this lobby area of the map. A lot of these rounds being played nice low, nice and slow. Now with Back C Sports looking for this A hit. The question is, Polygon, are they ready for it? Back C Sports pretty much picking themselves up 5 in a row. 5 on the trot here. finding himself one. Elnu to find a second, but that bomb still on the deck. Now we're going to start to see a lot of those hits coming through towards ramp, and the individual swings from backseat sports give up round number 9. It's going to be a 6-9 half coming through here. With the half slowly coming to an end. We are going to see 6-9 definitely being that scoreline. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a quick word from our partner, Skin Baron, of course. Make sure you do check out Skin Baron. You'll be able to get yourself at least 10% off for Season 8 sign-ups here at the SCL. But we'll have a quick word from them, and then we'll be right back. We're gonna get ourselves started. We're gonna get ourselves started. I don't know what that was. We may as well get ourselves started. It's gonna be a 6-9 half coming through here. And more importantly, now with Backseat Sports here on the pistols, it's gonna be an interesting fight, an interesting challenge here for both of these teams, seeing exactly what they can try to get away with here at the moment. With an under 6 half coming through, it wasn't really a particularly flashy display from either of those two teams. Definitely wasn't pretty. Definitely wasn't everything you'd expect. Now with Dennis dropping down into the site to try and help out. Gonna find himself one. Rexy, Lovekis to be able to find himself one. These Slayers to pick themselves up two. Parley to get one back with a Rexy. Roofire able to find themselves frags. Now with a 9-7 scoreline coming through here. Now an under 7 score. It is going to be Polygon now. A little bit of a lesser buy coming through. Danis trying to have himself a bit of an interesting fight with the MP9. Will find himself one. Doubles up. That's a huge, huge play from Danis. Lovekist finding a frag here as well. Roofire will be a bit sneaky, a little bit cheeky up here onto lobby roof. Now with Oleski J being the last man standing, eventually will find himself a frag, but it's all he can find. A 9-8 scoreline here. It's definitely turned into a little bit of a free-for-all here in this server at the moment. It's definitely not looking pretty. And now as we start to see a little bit more of a consistent fight here in the server, a 9-8 half definitely. A little bit more of the usual here for Backseat Sports. Backseat Sports are tired, but I've often called Nuke a bit of a secondary home. Of course, after their own homes. Ooh, a bit of a cheeky nade line up here for Axis. I don't mind this at all. That's a bit of a cheeky nade, and it's going to find Elnu down a little bit. The MP9 will come out to try and deal with the unarmored pistols. You're now going to see Axis finding himself an early frag. Potential for the second, the jump hit coming through, and it's going to be able to be capitalized off. Oleski J, the final man standing there. Bruce Squeaky eventually falls, although he did have the bomb on his back. Unable to do anything with it. A 9-9 scoreline here. And Polygon almost looking to try and get themselves into a position where they need to get around here. They need to try and stop the bleeding. Backseat Sports have already had so much damage come through. They've had so much opportunity. Now, more importantly, huge fight coming through. Rexy will try to find little bits of damage. That bomb going down. to start to look to be more of a challenge here in this server. As we do start to see LSKJ finding himself one. Danis to be able to find two, however. Bax Esports now getting themselves under control. And almost looking for a little bit more of this interesting damage. Now as we do start to see a little bit of a cheeky fight come in towards the server. It's now very, very slowly going to turn into more of a dynamic fight. With Bax Esports finally taking the lead, able to pick themselves up 10 here. Importantly now, we're going to start to take a look. Bit of a cheeky little look. A little bit more of an aggressive hit. Especially now with more of a consistent run at the moment here in this server. It is going to be Blue Fire trying to do a little bit of damage. Now with the scouts coming through, a little bit of support would definitely be much obliged. Now a big opportunity, a big chance here. As we do see Danis try to find himself a pick. Now, interesting hit needed. We are going to see Elnu find himself one back here. Elnu, of course, an issue that does need to be dealt with, and we are going to see Lovekist do that exactly. Now with that bomb eventually getting defused, it is going to be more of an exotic time here in the server. Finally with that attack coming out. An attack coming through. Now we do start to slowly see a little more of an interesting push here. A necessary one in this server. Now it's going to look to be more of an aggressive hit coming here. And with Parley trying to find little bits of damage. It is going to be... It's now looking to be a pretty fun hit in this server. So now we continue to see bit of some lonely damage from Bax Esports. Rexy trying to find himself a little bit of wiggle room to work over on this A site. Especially now that we're starting to see more of a convincing hit here in this server. It's going to start to be more of an interesting time. Now especially with a huge hit needed, a huge hit necessary to try and capitalize off the space that's been made so far. The bombs goes down. And it is going to be a bit of that exciting pressure from Polygon. 10 to be picked up here from Polygon at the moment. We will see the bomb probably being planted yet again here in this one. It will look to be a little bit of a consistent oh well, usually consistent time here in this server, as we do start to see a little bit more of an exciting challenge being made against some interesting foes here in this server. Now it will be an interesting time indeed. Polygon lose too early. It's now the outside control still looking to be the main aim for both of these teams. It is slowly starting to be a little bit more of a heavy lean here. Danis able to find himself too. Now Slayers will try to be the one who gets a lot of the work done here. Now with Danis able to find himself 3, it's looking to be a little bit more of a shutdown here in this server. Now with this game so far, looking to continue to ring out with opportunity. Looking to continue ringing out with presence here. It is going to be Danis finding the opening pick here in this next round. Bax Esports having themselves 12 so far. Looking to try capitalise off such good fortunes and such good momentum. Will be Axis getting himself one back, and now, especially from the hits that we are seeing, it's going to look to be Axis trying to overwhelm, overthrow, overguide. Try to break up what has been a pretty consistent unit here in this server. Now it's going to be Lovkas finding himself a frag as well. It is 13-10 here, the scoreline. It is looking to try and be a little bit more of a consistent fight in this one, especially with the challenges that we are seeing here in the server. It is starting to look as if there is a little more of an opportunity for Bax Esports to try and close this one out as a lot quicker than people expect. Especially the pressure here in this server. Looking for a little bit more than just idle presence. We'll start being more of a precious hit at the moment. And especially now we're seeing challenges start to come through. Now with Elnu, the last man standing. Now with more of a delighted push at the moment. We are starting to see a little bit of pressure try to build up here in this server at the moment. With Elnu having to find himself a crucial frag. It's going to be a little bit more of an exciting task here in this server to try and deal with the aggressive take. Especially as we will see Roofire getting himself at least one back. Now the fun starts to begin here in this server. Fun does have a name. Fun's name. Let's start with Bax Esports, able to try and find themselves a capitalising blow here in this one. Now we're going to see Elnu Trying to find himself a frag. Parley for 2 with the Deagle. All of a sudden just shutting down a lot of this site take here. We are going to see Rexy throwing down a little bit of utility to try and sustain a little bit more of a peaceful battle here. Now especially as we do start to see more of a challenge being made at the moment. It's now looking to be a crucial capitalizing blow here in this server. Now going to see Mika's finding one back. Polygon to pick themselves up 11. The AWP will be recovered as well. Pax Esports needed that round desperately to try and continue to have a little bit more of a consistent fight in this round, and it's looking to be as if the situation just slipping by. Now especially as we start to see more and more pressure being put on here in this server. It is looking to be a little bit more of a consistent sort of hailing through. Now we're going to see Axis finding himself an early frag, dropping off that angle. Does he recognize that there's still some there? Hopefully the big question that will get answered quite soon. Now seeing more of a challenge come in towards this site. Imagine that there's going to be a little more of a precious hit coming in against a lot of the pressure that is being caused in this server at the moment. Now especially as we do start to see a lot of the work coming through. Eventually a shutdown coming through. And it is going to be a little bit more of a max hit. Now finally we've got match point here in the server. Finally now it's looking to be a little more of an exciting fight, a little more of an exciting campaign here. Finally with a little more of an exciting hold coming into this server. Axis needing to try and shut this play down. Now, more importantly, Axis has a big task ahead of him, and the young lad needs himself a little bit more of an exciting push. That's flash will come through, trying to stop a lot of the aggression. Elnu hitting the deck and does with some impact. Especially now seeing more of a consistent fight come here into this server. Now with a bigger contribution, we are going to see Danis finding himself too with the AWP. Polygon able to take out the scoreline with a 16-11. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go very, very swiftly switch over to our good friends Zola and Charlie. Make sure you do show them a little bit of love. They're going to be taking and covering the JiJieHao, taking on 9 Pandas, which will be a very, very interesting game. Make sure you do show them all of the love in the world. But for now, I've been your Caster Flamboyant. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow with some more Counter-Strike action. Peace.